Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Pridira IELTS. Well, my name is not Pridira, my name is Priya, and my full name is Pridashini. We are a family of three, so we have derived this name from my name, my husband's name, and my little daughter's name. So I have an MPhil in English, and I have been working as a professor of English in the French public schools. Right now I have taken some break, so I thought why not to teach English through YouTube. So as of now, I will be concentrating on the IELTS examination that's been conducted by the British Council. So I'll be giving you tips and tricks in order to get a band 8 plus in IELTS. I recently appeared for the IELTS examination in France. I have also written the IELTS examination back in 2016, if I remember it right, in India. So let me share some experiences based on the IELTS that's been conducted here in abroad or in India. In terms of speaking, here in France, the examiners were the native speakers, either the British or Canadians or Americans, but they were all native speakers. So what I understood is in order to get a score of 8 or 8 plus in speaking especially, you really need to show off. You really need to show off your language. So when I entered the speaking exam hall, I saw a British lady. She was my examiner. Well, she made me very comfortable, and she just asked me like, what's your full name and how can I call you? And I just said, just call me Priya. As this is my first video, I will be talking about the experiences that I had when I appeared for the exam, and in my future videos I will be concentrating on, I will be giving you inputs on how to go about with the exam. And remember, we have just 10 minutes time to show off a language. So in the beginning, there'll be like basic questions like what do you do, or are you a student, or are you working? So when the examiner asks such questions, let's not just stop by just answering to the question, to the point. Are you a student? Yes, I'm a student. Are you working? Yeah, I am working. No, that will actually not work. It might end up in a band 6.5 or band 6, something like that. So when the examiner asked me like, what are you doing? Are you a student? I said I am a student actually, and I'm doing a master course in business management. But I really like that course. But I just told her that I'm not interested in the course simply because I thought I could play with the language if I say I'm not interested in the course. So you know what I did? I said, to be very honest, my husband chose it for me, and later I realized that this is certainly not my cup of tea. So here I am trying to use some idioms and phrases. It is certainly not my cup of tea. So some good language, you see. If I say like, yes, I like my course, it's interesting, I don't think I can put in uh, good vocabulary, or I can just show off the language. So I simply said I'm not interested in the course and all those things. And I continued by saying that, so I started doing some part-time jobs which interests me. And I have been teaching French for students. But I know French, but I'm not teaching French to anybody right now. I just said for the sake of saying, because I have to, cope up with the time. And I also said that it's been hectic and I have been working around the clock. See, when you say I am busy, I am working, it's all normal phrases, but when you use this sentence, I have been working around the clock, it sounds good. It's good language. And I don't mean to complain, I have been enjoying it immensely. I have been enjoying it immensely. Again, a good complex sentence, good language. So here is my introduction. First impression counts, So right from the beginning, start throwing out words, idioms, and phrases, start showing off because first impression counts, really. And next, the examiner went on asking about where do you live? Do you live in an apartment? And if I answer, yes, I live in an apartment and I live with my family. So if we stop with this, maybe your language is good, you don't have any grammatical error here, but what is there to judge like you have a very good language? So you cannot stop it, right? Unless the examiner asks you to stop or she goes with the next question, I advise you to just keep on talking. whatever you know. So, for instance, when she asked me, like, where do you live, whether you live in an apartment, I said, yes, I do live in an apartment in a high rise building. It's in the suburbs. It's not too big, it's not too small, but it's nice and cozy. I live with my husband. We have been together for 4 years now, and my daughter, who is 2.5 years. So, if the examiner asks you one question, try to speak at least, try to give at least 2 to 3 sentences just to show that you are fluent in the language. And then she asked me, what do you see from the window? Well, I said, I see busy shops and restaurants, people wandering here and there, and I used to admire the plants and trees that are in the streets. Though it's winter time, now it's winter, so some plants look the worse for the wear, which means they are in a poor condition. Look the worse for the wear. So it's a very good idiom. It's an idiom and phrase. So when I use these kind of phrases in my sentence, it gives an impression that I'm really very good in the language and I deserve a band 8 or 8 plus, right? And she asked me this weird question, what do you do when others are happy? Well, what do I do when others are happy? I don't do anything. I just let them be happy. I sometimes do something to make sad people happy, but what do I do when people are already happy? I mean, it was like kind of, I couldn't come up with an answer at that time. So, I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I did not hear it right. Could you please repeat the question? And the examiner was slow and steady in repeating the question. I did not focus on the question because I already understood the question. That was not my problem. But I just gave myself 10 seconds time to jog my memory, or just to come up with an answer, because I just got stuck and I didn't want to show her that. So I said, like, see, I did not say I didn't understand the question. I said, ma'am, I think I didn't hear it right. So could you please repeat the question? And now it's COVID time. So, we had a very good distance between the examiner and us. So the examiner was far away from us. So it's really okay to ask them to repeat the question. By the time they repeat the question, we can take some time to think, okay, what can I say next? So like, I got around 10 seconds time and I managed to say that I sing songs, I make them happy, I make myself happy, something like that. But I remember I managed the question. And in part 3, the examiner gave me a question, and the question was, describe about a time where you ate something for the first time. And I'm supposed to talk for 2 minutes. And it is at this point that you will realize how long this 2 minutes is. Okay? So, if I have to just answer to the question, okay, what I ate and it was nice or it wasn't nice, I don't think I can talk for 2 minutes. So, I said that, well, it didn't take me a long time to come up with an answer because it happened very recently with me. Well, it actually didn't happen I didn't have any recent experiences. Just to while away the time, I added this sentence in the beginning. And then I said, like, we are so wrapped up with our jobs that we don't even stop to smell the coffee. So at that time, the examiner, she just laughed and she said, oh, yeah, yes. Okay, so she liked it and she liked my language as well. Okay, I continued. And there is a beach not very far from my house. Well, there's no beaches in Paris, and it is obvious that the examiner also knows it, but the examiner really doesn't care. She only concentrates on the language. Okay, so yeah, so I said it has also attracted many tourists, so I sometimes go there to take a swim or a paddle or just to stroll on the sand. We say, like, I like to walk on the sand, instead just to stroll on the sand. Good language, isn't it? And then I said, so when I was with my friends, one of my friend recommended me to try something new. So here I am coming to the point. So before coming to the point, I have used 2 to 3 sentences in order to while away my time. It's not important what you speak or are you speaking up to the point. It's just important, are you speaking fluently without stopping, without thinking? That's what the examiner wants. So here I'm coming to the point about food and the food which I tasted for the first time. And I said, I tasted horse for the first time, and instead of saying I didn't like it, I said it was not very inviting. And then I didn't know what to say. So I said, like, I had the same experience back in 2020. There I tried rabbit and I liked it very much. It was mouth watering. And again, I got stuck. I didn't know what to do. So I pulled my husband inside and I said, but my husband liked it very much. He's a person who eats anything under the sun. But I am not such kind of a person. I'm very particular with the taste and stuff. And something like, I pulled everyone inside and I was just trying to while away the time, but I never stopped. I kept on speaking. And thankfully, I think it was 2 minutes and she stopped and she continued with the next question. And then she asked, what was an expensive activity that you did recently? So instead of answering like, okay, I purchased an expensive jewelry and I like jewelries and I liked it, it's all simple sentences where you don't have enough space to show off. So you can rather say that I usually go on a shopping spree and I recently purchased an expensive jewelry. But according to me, this is okay because I do it once in a blue moon. So I feel it doesn't break the bank. You see, play with your language. Play with your language. So these are the examples I'm just giving you. So in the future videos, I'll be concentrating on how one can use idioms and phrases naturally, casually when you speak English. How to show off again. You have 10 minutes time to show off and to get a band 8 or 8 plus or even a band 9. In my next videos, I will be talking about the cue cards and how to answer those questions, how to use idioms and phrases, how to build better language, etc. But don't memorize unless you're a good actor, okay? We will also see how to get a band 7 plus in writing, band 8 or 8 plus in listening and reading. So as of now, if you like my videos, please do support me by subscribing to my channel, like my channel and share my channel. So all of you have a good day, and until we meet in our next video regarding IELTS, this is Priya signing off. Bye bye.